me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Music Monday on this Monday, man. Y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know this is Music Monday, where we pretty much take a break from the sneaker talk, man. Y'all know I'll be back live again on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. But until then, man, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up. Or, of course, we can continue the sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, you name it, right? Okay. Definitely appreciate you guys for like keeping me in the loop in the sports section with, just with the games and stuff going on. Because I ain't gonna lie, dog. I was watching the game last night. It's how I know I don't got old. I passed out on that joint. I fell asleep. Like, I don't even, and the sad part, I don't even fall asleep, man. And you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But tonight's topic, man, let's just dive in because I'm only going to be on this joint for like an hour. So as y'all coming and out, y'all make sure y'all smash that like button for the kid. It really helps the channel out. We're going to be doing an update on Diddy. So he should be getting sentencing here pretty soon. And looks like he has a request that the Manax convictions be overturned, and he uses immature porn producer, right? Okay, so that's his latest thing that he's been kind of known for trying to go for. And to be honest, man, I have no dog in this fight, and I'm not trying to pick a side, but I do think the whole Diddy situation was, I don't know. They didn't hit him on, they had him on these major charges, and then it's like, this is what we get now. So it's like, dog, to be honest, this has always been my question for it, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit in depth more. But my thing with this is, if everybody was like consenting parties in the situation, then what's the deal here? I mean, he kind of cut the camera on and directed it, but if they were with it, and I'll say this, even if they was like, well, I felt like I had no choice, but if you kept coming back and he hasn't hold you against your will or anything like that at all, then my thing is, then I don't know. Anything I say, if you keep doing something multiple times, it's like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? All right, maybe one or two, but I mean, if you knew what was going on, sounds like consenting adults to me. Allegedly, Whole Live is alleged in pen database. So I don't know anything here. I'm not going to sit up here and say what is have you, but I do feel like he is not being, you know what I mean? He didn't get bail for whatever freaking reason, right? Which is BS. Because at the end of the day, I don't think he like, quote unquote, like took a life, right? Okay. It just, honestly, the dude just sounds like a freak. You know what I mean? Again, we're going to be going a little bit in depth there. So we're going to do an update on the Diddy trial situation because he should be getting sentenced soon. I also want to cover the Cardi B and JT beef, kind of explain. Now, if I'm not mistaken, not last weekend, because last weekend was Young Thug and that wife and Lucci drop, which I know I did a listening party for that one. But week before last, Cardi B did drop a diss song on her album towards JT, which I didn't even know they were beefing. Now, JT is one half of the City Girls, which I think the City Girls don't do music together anymore. I think they both make music, but I don't think they're, quote unquote, I don't think there's a City Girls album in the works, but I could be wrong. You know, JT dates Little Uzi, so obviously Cardi B has some shots for her. But that's why I don't take it here. Like, I'm not saying other people don't use like ghostwriters or what have you, but I mean, like, Cardi, you wait that long and this time you do a surprise attack. And I'm going to say this too. On the flip side, I can play devil's advocate because I have no dog in this fight. Okay, Cardi dissed you, JT. Get off social media and respond. That's the form of hip hop. And again, keep it right there. I don't need no physical altercations, none of that. But somebody talk about you, talking about them back, especially if you do the same thing. It'd be different if Cardi dissed somebody who didn't like make music or something. I'm like, all right, cool. I get it, but you're dissing somebody who is in, you're getting dissed by somebody who's in the same field as you. You know what I'm saying? Get on there and make a track. And Nicki Minaj really killed it with that whole, and obviously she spoke a little bit. She's dropping next year, right? Off mode, but also on mode. But remember when she was getting dissed by, what was it, Remy Ma? We have like this unwritten rule, and I don't think it's a fair rule, but in today's time and technology and with the digital and all that, everything we got, the rule is kind of like one of those, you got 72 hours to respond. You know what I'm saying? You need to get in. If you ain't got it, you got to get to a studio. You got to get somewhere, get in there, get your writers, have them on deck. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, JT should have been responded by now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe when she drops a song or an album, she gonna do some strays and some shots there. But to be honest, dog, I would have went on and boom. You know what I mean? Go ahead and do what you got to do, because that's what it is. And again, even and history shows that even if you lose the quote unquote rap battle, you still have a successful career. You know, you can still be successful. So we're going to be talking about that, having the beef explained. And then this is one I wish Dunks was here for, but Cameron and Mace weigh in on why rappers want to be athletes and why athletes want to be rappers. That's something that's always kind of bothered me too, because I'm like, dog, like, some athletes, I'm not saying they can't rap, but what I'm saying is like, dog, it's an exception to every rule, right? But it's my thing. If I'm not mistaken, most of these athletes, from what it sounds like, and I could be wrong, and again, not all of them, but it seems like majority of the athletes already make more money off rip than, you know, a rapper. So why rap? And then rappers who want to be athletes look at it like, yo, it's a bigger bag and I'm, you know, in shape. I could kind of get that, but I want to hear what they got to say as well. I'm going to be sharing my screen here a little bit, and then we're talking Tory Lanez files a protective order for pretty much Meg Thee Stallion's defamation lawsuit, right? Okay, so I think we're going to start with the Tory situation, and then we'll go into the Cardi B situation, and then we'll close out with Cameron and Mace, and then Diddy. We'll do an update on that one. So we'll start with the Tory Lanez, and then we're going to go Cardi B and JT, then we'll go Cameron, and then we'll go Diddy. Pause. So give me like 2 seconds. I'm going to share my screen because, like I said, these things, I noticed they can go quickly. So sharing my screen here, and I'm going to go Tory Lanez first, so make sure we got this ready. Let's get it. Let's see. Boom, right here. You guys should be sharing my screen. Hope you guys see the visuals. Everything's looking all right. But yeah, this is it. Tory Lanez files protective order for Meg Thee Stallion's defamation lawsuit. So this was pretty much what reported. What day we got here? September 27th. Keep in mind, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow's the 1st, or no, Wednesday's the 1st. So we're right around the corner here. It says he doesn't want to be disposed anymore. He don't want to be disposed anymore. Pretty much that's what they have in the headline here, September 27th. Let's see what we got. It says Tory Lanez has filed a protective order to request that he not be subjected to any more questioning in the Meg Thee Stallion's defamation lawsuit against Magaro Cooper, also known as Magaro Grams. It says the motion was filed, and let me hit the chat real quick. It says the motion was filed on September 24th in the Central District Court of California. It says in it, the incarcerated artist alleges that he faces burden prejudice to his ongoing criminal appeal and constitutional risk of compelled to provide further deposition testimony. He says the singer's lawyers also noted in the motion that both DJ Academics and Unite the People CEO Caesar McDowell didn't receive the same treatment as he did during their deposition procedures. Tory Lanez also says Lanez is asking to either have no further depositions in Megan's case or bearing that for further depositions to be limited to written questionings, which safeguard built in, and that the written deposition should be delayed until his appeal is completed. So he is trying to appeal this case. I get it. He's asking for time, either not be mentioned no more or have, be obviously wait for he get to his appeal. I got to give credit where credit is due. One thing, and I hate to compare Diddy to Tory Lanez because kind of apples and oranges, but they are both legal situations. These guys got the fight in them of a lifetime. Diddy clearly ain't giving up, even though he's been sentenced. Well, he hasn't been sentenced, but he's been found guilty of the 2 things out of the 4 things I think that he was pretty much being accused of, which even he's saying that BS, right? I believe him, But if you think about it, Tory, same thing, man. Every time you turn around, he's trying to defend himself as much as possible, even behind bars, and he's trying to stay in good spirits. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised who really about it whenever, you see certain people actually go take it to trial, or people who go to court and or end up going to jail or prison. You know what I'm saying? Different ball game. And I will say this. Everybody, look, I want to take note from this too, right? Key points before I go any further in the story, right? This is my thing. Fellas, and ladies too, but fellas, man, do not let another human being be your downfall, and do not be so trapped into like the lady situation where you're so big into chasing ladies and just always got to having a female to the point where you drop your bag. You know what I'm saying? Tory obviously was having fun, but at the same time, again, I don't even believe the whole story that's been out about the whole situation, because keep in mind, Tory's never said anything. I think he's just kind of keeping quiet. So I do believe that there is a story that'll be told. Kelsey in that situation, right? She spoke, but then she went back on the word. So that's one thing, right? And then Meg is the only one that said he kind of did it, but he did get found guilty. So I mean, it is what it is. But at the same time, he's got to do what, 9 years? If I'm not mistaken, he's already probably served a strong 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? With time served. I mean, I don't think he's going to have to serve the whole 9. I think he'll be out in like half the time. However, homie's still not giving up. And I don't care what nobody say. Like, when your freedom is taken away, probably every second, minute, day feels like, you know what I mean? Like, you're ready to be back out. You know what I'm saying? But he been holding it down. And keep in mind, he did get stabbed up too. You know what I'm saying? So, again, fellas, be careful with, who you surround yourself with. And ladies, same thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to throw it out there for both people, right? Let me get the rest of this article real quick. Let's see. It says, Meg sued Cooper last year, accusing her of promotion of a altered sexual deposition, intentional inflammation of emotional distress, cyber stalking, and invasion of privacy. It says, in time to hold bloggers accountable, she said, no, and this is a quote. It says, it's time to hold bloggers accountable for years of harassment, cyberbullying, and publication of misinformation about my personal and professional life, Meg said in a statement at the time. Again, the word cyberbullying, dog, me personally, I can't take it. And I'm not saying she shouldn't, but we've had this. I could bring it to Sneaker YouTube real quick, and I'm not going to say who, when, or what. If you know, you know. Remember when somebody else said they were doing something illegal and they were cyberbullying? It's like, dog, you know what I'm saying? Hit back, you know what I'm saying? But I guess maybe she's doing it professionally, versus just getting online and bashing back and knowing they never going to see each other. So again, I understand where she's coming from as well. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. But, I come from that old school of where, you know what I'm saying, we kind of, you back up for you kind of stand up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? It says, I've endured countless, and this is another quote, attacks on my character based on my false narratives from social media, bloggers misrepresenting themselves as journalists. She continued, it's unacceptable behavior, and these individuals need to understand there will be repercussions for recklessly posting lies and defamation falsehoods. In June, a judge issued a gag order that prevented Cooper from publicly posting statements about Meg in connection with her case against Lanez. During the period of the litigation, Meg was simply prevented from speaking about Cooper publicly. Okay, cool. Meg was, yeah. So again, neither one want to speak about each other publicly. So obviously, Meg obviously don't want to talk about her to begin with. So that's probably why you get the quiet right there, because she's taking a different route. It says, following month, Meg's legal team pushed to get access to Cooper's social media, text messages, and deleted content after alleging she ignored deadlines for discovery and didn't give them required evidence. It says in August, McDowell was accused of rolling up a marijuana cigarette, and they put that in quotations, which I never even knew that marijuana and a cigarette go in the same sentence, during the deposition of the trial. Wow. I don't know if this is true or not. Let's see. McDowell's misconduct went far beyond frightening forgetfulness. On camera and under oath, Mr. McDowell rolled a cigarette filled with a substance resembling marijuana during the questioning, then smoked it during a break. Reads the court's filing from Meg's legal team. He demanded painkillers, threatened to urinate in the deposition room, called the plaintiff's counsel a bitch, doing that purposely for YouTube here. He says, made inappropriate comments about her appearance and walked out mid-questioning. Wow. So, she obviously was basically, if this is true, they're saying she pretty much said she gave no Fs, right? Okay. So this is an update on pretty much Tory files a protective order for Megan Thee Stallion's defamation lawsuit, meaning, long story short, he wants no parts in it, you know what I'm saying, in any way, shape, or form. And I don't blame him. Let's go and transition to the Cardi B and JT beef explained, which I didn't know they were beefing. So if you're like me, I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Just keep it 100. So let's get it. It says Cardi B and JT were collaborators once, but now they are beefing. Here's a breakdown of everything that's going down between the two rival rappers, which I'm very curious. So I really wanted to cover this one for sure. I really wanted to know this one. Let's see where we at. It says the girls are fighting, and they got again. Says last week, Bronx rapper Cardi B dropped her long-awaited sophomore album, "Am I the Drama?" Says the quite favorable representation. Not everyone is happy though. The album has been cleaning up on the charts, says breaking records in the process. But there has also been numerous salty posts on X, aka Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, Snapchat stories, and the resurgence from the certain legendary figure to seemingly announce an album, right? Says for her part, Cardi B doesn't seem like she minds the drama. And they put that in quotations. Says one of the things that makes Pretty and Petty, and it says she mentions her name on Pretty and Petty. Wow, yeah. So it says one of the things that makes Cardi's sophomore album effective is she's going after rivals. She mentions Bia by name on Pretty and Petty, and on arguably the album standout Magnet, which says she seems to send shots JT. She sends shots to JT, one half of now the defuncted City Girls. So again, I don't think the City Girls are making music together anymore. I'm not gonna say they're. I will say this: I respect them for not beefing publicly. That's one thing I'm gonna give them credit for. It says the two actually have a complicated relationship, one that goes back years. So you might be wondering what would involve such a inflammatory like assertion. Don't worry, we're here to help you out to get you up to speed. Here's the Cardi B and JT relationship explained. Right? Because this is the part I want to know right here. So, again, at one point they were making music together. No, I'm not going to play this joint whatsoever because I know that screams copyright and YouTube does not play about that at all. But it says January 2019, Cardi B and City Girls released Twerk. Like many rap relationships, their sour Cardi B and JT actually started out on good terms. Cardi hopped on the City Girls' breakout dance anthem Twerk, which went on to become the duo's biggest hit. It says there's a caveat though. JT was incarcerated at the time, so she wasn't heavily involved in making the track. Still, Cardi appeared in the very NSFW music video Now, which also spawned a viral $25,000 twerk challenge. Interesting. So we're going to take it to August 20th. This is like going down the history lane in this joint, so I definitely want to make sure I cover this all. It says by 2020, signs of a splendering relationship had emerged, much of it fueled by stans, as Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion released their sex-positive hit WAP, which they released that pretty much after, the whole Tory Lanez situation went down. That's why I wanted to go with Tory Lanez first and then go into this, right? Because I have a feeling it may lead up to that, right? Fans pages criticized JT and Young Miami for not publicly supporting the track, which I'm assuming that's not my thing is I don't think they should be mad at that because reality is I respect them both because they didn't know the whole like situation behind the Meg thing. We heard about it, but we didn't know. But Cardi B did make a song, and a lot of other female artists that did feature Tory Lanez recently would drop him off the tracks and stuff like that. And then, I think even, who is it? They were at that Kardashian chick's house. What is it? Not Kardashian. What's her last name? Jenner. Kylie Jenner's house and that whole situation. They left after that, but she was in the music video too, the WAP, which you know what that stands for the ladies. King Midas says, it's too much money to be beefing. I agree, but this is my thing though. I feel like in hip hop and music, it's always fun to have a little beef as long as you keep it on wax, man. When it gets too far where people, are fighting and stuff happening and stuff like that, then that's not cool. But I will say this. I do like a little friendly competition every now and then. I like to keep it there. Think about it. Even Nas and Jay-Z had a diss song going back and forth. That was hip-hop. Big and Pac, or Pac mainly because he dissed Big. You know what I'm saying? We can go down a rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Of people who are beef. Game had a lot of beefs and made diss tracks as well. Drake and who else? Meek Millie. You know what I'm saying? Which his response was cheeks. But at the same time, again, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of pretty much friendly competition. You know what I'm saying? King Midas says true, says G you nut. G you nut. That was his saying, yeah, man. I grew up during that era, you know what I'm saying? G you not. Yeah. And that was Game's way of saying that, you know what I'm saying? So again, enough little friendly competition. I don't want to sit up there and bash that. So let's read the rest of this article real quick. It says BITCH, BITCH. I openly supported Cardi plenty of times, but what y'all are not finna do is bully a BITCH. Next, Young Miami posted on X in response later, pointing on that the same stands really promote their work. It says JT later clarified, let me correct you. Cardi B did promote our album. We were not talking about any artist in specific. I was talking about the fans' pages. Yeah, so pretty much is that August 2020 City Girls deny having any issues with Cardi, right? So that was them denying it. October 2022, a couple years later, Cardi calls JT a lap dog. Now, what does that mean, quote unquote? It says, after Cardi B congratulate Glorilla on their collaboration Tomorrow 2 reaching number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100, JT responded to a low, now inactive troll account by also congratulating the Memphis rapper. She encouraged fans to stream Glow's F&N Let's Go remix, and as well as the Super Freaky Girl Queen remix, which she was featured alongside Nicki Minaj, Bia, Akbar, Katie Gott, Bands, and Malibu Mitch. Right? Okay, it says, after getting pushback for not mentioning Cardi, JT claims he was merely acknowledging this was Glorilla's first track to make the top 10, adding that Cardi been having a top 10. Cardi then ratted out on one of the word tweeted, seemingly directed at JT, calling her a lapdog. That's when things really started to get heated. JT retaliated by twerking wiener dog quick, following it up with, I hope you don't think you are no bully. I hope you don't think you know bully. So again, a lot of these cats females play a lot of like bullying here. So case in point, I remember, if we can think of like when Nicki Minaj and who was it at the time? Dang, what's the one joint where they was beefing and she kind of didn't come at Nicki and called her a bully too? When I'm like, y'all girls rap. You know what I'm saying? You need to get in the rap. And I'm talking Lotto. Lotto and Nicki was going back and forth at it. Yo, get in there and make music. And Nicki, you ain't, just because you the top female like rapper, like kind of to the rest, you're not the current one, but you still like the top dog. You got a big fan base. When you drop, people pay attention. I respect it. You definitely changed the game for female rap, but you also was inspired. I don't care what anybody says. And that's anybody, right? Here's my thing, ladies. Stop gossiping on the internet and gossip on them tracks. Fellas too, though. Fellas too. Slayer says, yo, Sneaker Squad 100. What up, Slayers? What up? Y'all smash that like button, dog. It says the rappers volleyballed insults back and forth for another solid hour on the X timeline before Cardi vowed to make it back to the DMs when she claimed their conversation started, only to reignite the hot seat by posting a screenshot on YouTube, gloating that Twerk, her 2018 collaboration with the City Girls, garnered more views than all of the rap duo's videos combined. So she's taking shots here, saying like, you're getting numbers because of me. You know what I'm saying? It says, I'm a street BTICH. YouTube ain't got me on no leash. HOE. Move, JT shot back before acknowledging the argument was likely brought by the miscommunication. Maybe both our timing is off, but how am I an opportunist? You called me a lapdog for no effing reason. Makes sense. For no reason makes sense. Says, but back to the DMs I go. Cardi now easing up, remanded with the quote tweet stating that if anything was mistrusted or misconstrued, it was JT's fault for assuming her initial tweet was about her. If the shoe fits, then your fault, she wrote. Says, to add just one more insult injury after the dust settled, Cardi retweeted another video of JT's producer and engineer Ben Thomas advising JT to sound more like Cardi in her raps. Wow. So this is April 2024. JT sends shots on OK. So she's already, they both been sending shots too. I see King Mighty says Slayer was good. That's what's up, showing love. So this is April 2024. So this one actually is a quick little wrap up, but I still want to make sure I cover it too. It says, in the spring of 2024, JT dropped OK to the second single from her solo debut mixtape, City Cinderella. It was long before fans had deduced that a specific verse may have been intended for Miss Cardi. She wrote, "Crab legs, now her whole tooth missing. Cheap as engineers stay talking ish, but a marker to the bitch. She's so counterfeit." Interesting. Again, that's a little light jab. I feel like that's kind of how we kind of do it now too in hip hop. To be fair, says this came after Cardi posted a video of herself earlier this year in March, revealing a gaping hole in her mouth where a tooth used to be. She went on to explain that she had lost a veneer after growing a hard ass bagel. Wow. They must not be in there good if you was eating a bagel and then you like, you know what I'm saying? Wow. But again, like, why not? If that joint was too hard to eat, pause. And I know probably she was in a position where she could just put that mug in the oven, add a little butter to the joint and soften it up. Says, questions who the verse was meant for. Rapper Suki publicly asked JT for clarification on Instagram while noting that she too had lost a tooth while dining on crab legs. Wow. So she was like, honestly, it's kind of a stray, but it had nobody's name on it, right? And again, you know what the saying is, a bullet ain't got nobody's name on it. Whenever you taking shots, you could easily be taking shots at somebody else that could feel some type of way and may not even be your intentions. You know what I'm saying? It says, unable to coax a response out of her though, Instagram Suki then took to X where she began to subtweet the City Girls. JT vehemently denied the allegation in a series of tweets by insulting Suki in her career, implying she was only making a fuss to drum up much needed attention. This leads to Suki dropping her own JT diss track titled Cocaine, right? Okay, which I didn't know Suki had a dog in this fight. You know what I'm saying? So July 2024, JT sends shots on Cinderella. We read that. Says, where we at? On City Girl, JT comes out swinging at a subliminal shot on the first track intro. Says, hope. No rapping BTICH. Who the F you talking to? I was on a Saks Gucci alligator bags while you was laying on your back and stuffing bottles up your ass. Wow. I mean, she kind of snapping though, you know what I'm saying? The bars. Says this line refers to a video that circulated on social media in which a woman that appeared to resemble Cardi using a bottle as a sex toy while performing on stage. Wow. It says in 2018, Cardi publicly denied there was her in the post on X. For months, y'all been sharing the video of a woman putting a bottle up her you know what. Y'all claiming that was me, but then when I was a stripper and it's not. Stop commenting under my ish. You used to put bottles up your you know what. He says, cuz it ain't Cardi. I don't judge anyways. He says, in her final swing, JT seemingly takes shots at Cardi fashion since the swerving. It says, I got on ish you can't pronounce. Let me spell it out. Loewe. I'm guessing she's saying low. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about the amount that BTCIH in fashion. Mad cause I'm into fashion. Mad I got that ish on, and that ish is the past tense. Says talking about you had that ish on in 2017. BITCH is 2024. You ain't got that ish on no more, ho. You ain't got that ish on no more. And he says HOE again. Says, yeah, I'm the BITCH. I'm the BITCH, and you can't stand it. HOE. JT Bros, right? Okay. A lot of cuss words. Let's get to some bars, in my opinion. So September 2025, Cardi attacks back on Maggot. So I haven't really listened to the song. To be honest, I listen to female rap, but I gotta let it grow on me, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the lady stuff, I feel like it just be for the ladies sometimes, man, if I'm gonna keep it real. Says, let's now talk about your hating ASS BITH, ungrateful ASS BITCH. I don't care, met somebody, gotta say it BITCH, fake friend ASS BITCH, A clown AS. Wow, like she's doing a lot of cursing, so I'm gonna skip past that part because I'm not gonna read every like that. It's like, yeah, on the net, keep your friend while you she down, and then you call her another B word. You loyalty depends where you grow around. Called her another B word here. Backdoor, you know what? Ain't hating on low. You know what I'm saying? Another cuss word. You shady. Wow. I mean, dog, are they rapping or just cussing each other out? You know what I'm saying? Let's hear some bars without, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mama didn't want you. Brenda, baby. Wow. Again, I'm not. That's why I don't think nobody's really tripping over this because I'm like, is it really bars if you gotta cuss every other line? And let me clarify this. I'm not just taking shots at Cardi. I'm talking about pretty much JT too. Like y'all, nah. Let's get some real bars. I mean, it's really to rhyme words with BITCH and ASSS. Let's see you get some wordplay. You know, it says Cardi never delivered names who she was referring to, but the lyrics seem to horn on JT as the song progresses. All that D riding still ain't getting no feature, you know what I'm saying? She just mad she ain't sharing bags with her man. Yeah, so they're pretty much saying that, you know, cause Uzi wear bags and stuff like that and they gotta share. I don't know. But I don't stick to no and they said dittos here in my you know what. You look a hot mess, easily impressed. She says you never gave looks, you started getting dressed. Says Ricky O in the fashion house, you know. He says you should have asked me, would have took you to the show. Wow. And then yeah, she called her a little B word. Says on these bars, Cardi is alluding that the rumor fallout with Nicki Minaj while throwing jabs at JT partner rapper Lil Uzi Vert. Says one of the set of the firestorms of tweets and the Snapchat stories from JT, guitar body, you know what, wasn't talking about me. She stated in the now deleted tweet, better be quiet before I tell the real T. And then he called her another pH balance, fry, whole fish, yuck, which that whole flow. Wow. Again, basically saying you know what stinks. It says in further retaliation, JT sets her sights on Cardi's new Bureau NFL star Stephon Diggs by quote tweeting a video of making executive Chris Blake Griffish. Says speaking to Tasha K, who Cardi has sued about her alleged SA at the hands of Stephon. This is effing nuts, said and sad. JT tweets. She said, "Gay men should be promoted. I feel like this isn't being taken seriously enough." Wow. So again, get off the internet, dog. Make some tracks. You know what I'm saying? Let's make some tracks. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else we got on this. So I'm gonna read this one up real quick. It says, she's quickly follows up with another tweet insulting Stephon is gay. Cardi B's baby father, a gay man, not because of how he dressed or expressed himself, but because Chris said it out his own mouth. Justice for Chris. I said this with I stand with the gays. JT goes on and defends her partner Lil Uzi Vert style while calling Cardi a fraud and a scammer. Cardi piped up and tried to clear up the confusion regarding Chris Blake Griffith's allegations. Chris lied about because he was stealing and caught. There was receipts of that. He lied on Javante Davis too and changed the story 1,000 times. It says it wouldn't be social media splat without someone pulling one of the receipts. In her next tweet, Cardi post screenshot of the looks that the two separate conversations between JT and Uzi with the following caption. I just want justice for them babies. Y'all man make you abort every time. Ask what he told me about how he felt when he wanted to see Britt in the courtroom and she didn't show up. Do I need to play the audio? And don't let me say what was said by Rock Nation. Just ungrateful. Cardi also claimed that the possession of her ashy news on the video posted to Instagram during the meet and greet event. JT then posted a rebuttal to DJ Academic's Instagram page stating that Cardi has no right to judge someone for their alleged nudes while referring to her past stripper. In another Snapchat story, JT addresses the abortion allegations in the screenshots. The rat ASS BITH right. This BITH is supposed to be a mother trucking brim, and she threatening to snitch on some effing body because she don't have anything to say about it. You know what? She says she's a loser, and he says that I'm trying to spread fake tea abortions when they stood about there literally in front of the millions of people and says she stands for pro-choice. JT goes on, I can't take this dumb you know what serious, and show me who is typing all these MFing messages, and I'm calling the police on you. Wow, defamation of character. Wow, this is my thing. Come on, dog. And I feel bad for getting what off yo you know what. It seems very obvious that we're not done. It's only a matter of time before it pops off again. This is my thing. I agree, but get back in the stew. Get back in the stew and make some music, man. So let's go and transition on to the third story here. That one took a little bit while, but let's just weigh on pretty much on Cameron and Mace weigh in on why pretty much rappers want to be athletes and athletes want to be rappers. This one right here, I did want to make sure I cover this one in depth. So pretty much, let's see what we got on the top. It says Cameron and Mace are highlighting the deep ties between sports and hip hop culture. So I want to make sure we cover this, and this is on What Is Podcast. Cameron and Mace believe that the crossover between sports and hip-hop isn't just a trend, it's rooted in a shared desire to live the other's lifestyle. Which I can see that. You know what I'm saying? I can see that because, like, think about it. It's like, both, honestly, I feel like should be having a good lifestyle, but I feel like rappers' lifestyle, for the most part, it seems like it's kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? But NBA has that too, but the thing is, I think the NBA artists or the NBA athletes, they have to keep like a clean image, you know what I'm saying, for their job, so to speak, on and off, you know, the court to the best of their ability. Versus rappers, kind of the more dirtier they, you know, the more wild lifestyle they get, the more intrigue and help their career. You know what I mean? So I can get that. It says Cameron and Mace believe, we read that one. It says one of the latest episodes on It Is What It Is, the Harlem duo broke down why so many rappers dream of playing sports and so many athletes jump into the booth. Joined by NFL legend Michael Irvin, the host pointed to money, fame, and cultural influence as the reason behind the overlap. Says everybody always says it's green on the other side. Urban explained, we're looking for money and fame, and all those things are attainable in those two fields. And then we would like to interchange. Mace named Deion Sanders and Shaquille O'Neal as the most successful athletes turned artists. Wow, because I did, yeah, they both did make music. Grant, I didn't feel what Shaquille O'Neal had dropped, but at the same time, I think it did do numbers. Says while Cameron emphasized Shaq's commercial success, noting that the Hall of Famer sold millions of records by taming up to his heavyweights in the effing Snoots in the Mobb Deep. Shaq sold more records than rappers, man. Cam said, that's what it's about, taking advantage of the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to play the video here. We're going to keep it moving. Urban also recalled the first time he heard Sanders must be the money while reaching through Atlanta while two sports stars. He said, listen, I'm about to drop this right here. I want you to listen, and we're riding around Atlanta popping on that. Baby boy must be making money. But Cameron stressed, right? Okay, says the connection runs deeper in the career curiosity. He described music as essentials motivation for athletes, even citing that a personal milestone, while Allen Iverson mentioned him and Mace during his 2016 Basketball Hall of Fame introduction speech. True. And remember, I think Allen Iverson did that joint with Jadakiss. He was rapping on there. So, I mean, it's so many examples you can think where they go back and forth, right? It says all the coaches he played for, all the players he played against, Thompson, Georgetown, everything that helped him be a Hall of Famer. He took it out on those music artists. He took it out through those musical artists that helped him be a Hall of Famer. And he had then Maceware to the artist. Think about that. What in Basketball Hall of Fame Cam said? Yeah, so I mean, again, I'm not surprised to see all this stuff going in, and that's pretty much that article for that one right there. So again, my biggest thing with this, and we're about to transition on to the Diddy joint and close it out for the night for the last 10 minutes. But to get back on what Cam and Mace kind of to piggyback off that, look, I get it, because if you think about this, another great example you can think of, you see plenty of rappers like who was it, Damian Lillard. He did drop an album. You know what I'm saying? And rumors is he actually got bars. You know what I'm saying? Also, who was it one dude that's now rapping that used to be the Ball brother dude? He went, he made it to the league, but he didn't stay, and now he's back. Now he's doing music, you know what I'm saying? Which that's kind of unique too. So we see it time and time again. I don't know why anybody's kind of like borderline surprised, because I'm not. But at the same time, it does ask the question that we fully can't really find the full answer to, but if you think about it, it goes deeper than just the current artists. Like, if you think about it, Deion Sanders did songs, Shaq did songs. Like, yeah. So clearly, they're both inspired off each other. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with these guys, man. It's probably they like what they see in each other's lifestyle. You know, if we're going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Let's transition on to the Diddy joint real quick. It says Diddy requests Mann Act conviction be overturned. Uses amateur porn producer argument, and we put this in quotations. Why? My thing is this: why they didn't use this in court? You know what I mean? That's my whole thing. Says the mogul around that argued that his Mann Act conviction should be overturned, or he should be at least get a new trial. So he's aiming for something. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to say this about Diddy. I personally think that, yeah, maybe he was an amateur porn maker, this, that, and the third. And maybe those ladies were there. So, I mean, I feel like they just had to get him on something. But your attorneys should have been bringing this up from day one. And maybe they didn't get enough time. Maybe this, that, and the third. You know, and maybe they gave it their all. But at the same time, they let you know his bag run deep. Pause. Sean Diddy Combs, sporting a gray beard, made his first public appearance since July to argue that the charges he was convicted of in his 7-week trial earlier this year should be thrown out. So again, let me put this out there. What day was this published on? Let me see real quick. Let me see if we can get a date on the publishing. And it says, where we at real quick? September 25th, 2025. So he ain't giving up. It says, the mogul and his legal team showed up in the Manhattan federal court on Thursday, September 25th. Ironically, I was looking for the date, and it's right there. It says, in the attempt to get his conviction reversed or failing that to get a new trial solely on the charges he was convicted of. 2 counts of the transportation for the purpose of engaging in prostitution, otherwise known as the Mann Act. Diddy and his lawyers appeared in front of a packed courtroom that included Combs' sister and 6 other children. Wow. Diddy argued he was done by Alexandra Sparrow. He was done by Alexandra Sparrow, who faced off against prosecutors Christy Selvig and Meredith Foster that went back and forth over 2 primary issues that each side had also addressed in exclusive or exhaustive legal memo. So, I mean, they went back and forth at it in court, and I did kind of reach like people's kind of memos that were actually there. So apparently they did fought very hard, but I don't know if the judge has made a decision yet. You know what I'm saying? It says first, there was question whether Diddy behavior should even count as prostitution since he had no financial interest in the freak-offs. That's another thing too. I mean, maybe he paid for him to get in, but that's anything. Like, case in point, right? It's some ladies, right? I'm gonna use myself for an example, right? Right? In my thing. We're gonna speak in general. I ain't gonna say me, but just say like you talk to somebody that, you know, that don't live in the same area. They live out of state, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, y'all playing something, you pay for her ticket to fly her in, you know what I'm saying? Because she, you know what I'm saying, you really want to see her. Like, all right, boo, you pay for food, this, that, and the third. It's all on me. I just want to see you. You know what I'm saying? You pay for her. You get here, pick her up. Y'all go to dinner. Y'all plan the whole weekend together, get massages. And y'all do a little, you know, a little extra adult activity, so to speak, right? You know, just cut the camera on. And you know what, boo, I want to get an extra person. Why not? You know, I'm going to watch y'all. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not judging. But I'm saying, like, that's prostitution. You know what I'm saying? That could be considered prostitution. You know what I'm saying? This is my thing. He didn't make any money though. This is the thing. And I agree. They should have definitely brought this up because prostitution. I thought like the guy, yeah, he did lend his girlfriend out to get paid and make money for him, but he collected money. You know what I'm saying? Did he collect money? From what it seems like, no. The mogul, we read that part. Pretty much, we read that. It says Diddy arguing was done. We read that part. It says first there was a question of whether Diddy's behavior should be. We read that part. It says since he had no financial interest in the freak offs, sexual encounters between his girlfriends and male escorts that he directed and paid for. Those encounters involving Cassie Ventura and the Panama's Jane Doe were at the center of Diddy's court criminal trial. Second, Diddy team claimed that because he frequently filmed the freak-offs, he was therefore an amateur pornographer and thus was entitled to First Amendment protections. Says, for either both of those reasons, Shapiro said his client conviction should be thrown out. What Diddy engaged in wasn't prostitution. She continued after it was a commercial of Bismism, which I'm assuming that's like the porn. So even though he paid for the encounters, including the transportation of the escorts, he should not be convicted of violating the Mann Act since his encounters themselves didn't qualify as prostitution. Foster replied that was misleading to even bring up since what Combs was convicted of was transporting someone to engage in prostitution. And if Diddy team had an issue with the definition of prostitution that was used in the case, they had ample opportunity to bring it up before the trial started, but they did not. This is my thing too. I agree. They had plenty of time to bring this up. Why didn't they bring it up before trial? You supposed to be ready. I'm pretty sure he paid you a nice bag. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Slayer says, so Diddy is a music and adult star. I mean, adult star film maker. Let's be nice about it, right? Allegedly. According to this, he's the filmmaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying from what I got from this stuff, let's just sum this up real quick with Diddy. What I got from the joint is the girls he was involved with, he liked to watch them, and then once they finished or whatever, the guy would leave, and then once he got through watching them and they did whatever they did, he took the chick into another room and then he handled business. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. I don't know. But that's what it is. From what I got from it, he didn't mess with any of the other guys or anything like that. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, again, I don't get it. Like, and I'm not judging nobody, but I would say this. I have met somebody who tried to get me, like, and that's not a dude, right? Pause. But I have talked to a chick, and she was like, I'm in a relationship. I'm like, well, why are you trying to, like, link up? It's like, well, that's the thing. My man like to watch me XYZ with other people. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, hell no, I'm not I declined it. No, thank you. I'm not finna, like, do anything with you. And then we film it and you take it back and you got, like, no, it wasn't for me. No judgment, but it wasn't for me. Slayer says, if he a filmmaker, then I'm a director. Hey, that's what he is, a filmmaker / director. You know what I'm saying? Because he was telling them what to do, you know? That's what it said. Where we at real quick? Let me read through the rest of the article. Let's see. It says, Foster replied that she was misleading, bringing up since the Combs was convicted of the transporting of someone engaging in prostitution, but he did not. It says, but she continued, even when Shapiro's definition of Combs is still liable for aiding and abetting prostitution by providing money for the encounters and having his staff set up the hotel rooms where the freak-offs would occur, right? Okay. Let's see. Again, let me make sure I cover this part. It says, Foster replied that the misleading to even bring this up since Combs was convicted of transporting underage. Again, yeah, commercial success. I think, where did I leave it off? It says First Amendment. They didn't bring this up during the Mann Act themselves, didn't qualify as prostitution. So I think I covered this part. So yeah, we covered this up, covered this. It said, but she continued that even went down to Shapiro's definition, Combs would still be liable, aiding that. We read that part. It says, as the First Amendment pursuits select was dubious. It says, The act that violated the law was the transportation, she explained, not the sex itself. And the transportation was not protected by the First Amendment. That's my thing. I mean, what's the difference if you paying for somebody? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, you know, I'm gonna get somebody here, get them here. That don't mean it's prostitution. I think, you know what I'm saying? If that's the case, hell, everybody's borderline guilty. Because how many people say, like, I've had one chick say she would fly me out. Is that prostitution? You know what I'm saying? Just kind of put my business out there. And this is a long time ago, by the way. Devon says, what's good? What up, Devon? Slayer says, Devon with these joints right here with the 100. It says, the act violated, we read that part. She also hit back at Sparrow's claim that by filming, Combs became an amateur porn producer, saying that that was not the case. Shapiro Retro argued that people pursued under the Mann Act were usually traffickers, people who exploited children, or people who made money by exploiting ex-workers, none of which was the case here. The attorney engaged by noting that the racist and sexist organs of the Mann Act. Many judges and jurors refused to enforce it. She said the whole history of the statute is an embarrassment to the United States of America. Let's see. Closed by the point of the Combs team brought up that the objections to the Mann Act before and the judge had rejected them. In the end, she said a reasonable juror could believe that Combs was guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution, which was the burden that the government had to meet. And she pointed out that the freak-offs were conducted for the benefit of only one person, Diddy. Says the freak-offs, and they were about the one thing only, the defendant's sexual gratification. She said, judge said, close the hearing by saying that he would issue a decision very shortly. Says if the conviction is not reversed, Combs is scheduled to be sentenced October 3rd. So there you go right there, man. Let's go ahead and get ready to put myself back on the main screen. We're going to wrap this joint up here. Been on this joint for like an hour and 2 minutes. Let me put myself back on the main screen. Great timing as usual, like that. Let me touch the chat real quick before we get on up out of here. Let's see. Slayer says, you should have done it, big bro. Hey, nah, bro. No, thank you. No, thank you. That is fucking weird to me. Again, no judgment zone over here, but no. I refuse to let somebody else watch me. You know what I mean? The only thing that's gonna be in the room is me and that person, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And if we was to do a filming joint, it's staying with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I do not agree to, and I'm letting that be no, I don't agree. You know what I mean? I do not want my personal business out there to a stranger that I don't know. And no, I don't want to meet them to feel more comfortable and get them. No, thank you. No judgment though. To each his own. He said I should have done it. You funny, dog. But yeah, let's smash this joint up. Let's close this joint up real quick, man. I've been on this joint for like an hour and 2 minutes, 3 minutes now. Pretty much, we covered the Diddy update. Looks like he's trying to get the case thrown out and trying to say it was like, amateur porn and not being trying to come home or get a new trial. That's the update on that. Tory Lanez files a protection, asked to be pretty against like Meg Thee Stallion's like defamation lawsuit, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure I get that right. Where we at real quick. A protective order for Meg Thee Stallion's defamation lawsuit, so he doesn't want to be a part of that. We covered the Cardi B and JT, pretty much the history behind the beef. We covered that one. That was kind of like a little bit of a long one. The beef explained, so we got up to date on that. Cameron and Mace pretty much covered why rappers want to be athletes and why athletes want to be rappers. And then we just did an update on the Diddy trial right here, as you guys can see. Looks like he's trying to, do whatever it takes to come home. So his attorneys is working overtime, man. But other than that, let's go and close it out for the night. Y'all definitely smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new and if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional Tron Halls, y'all know this is Music Monday. I'll be back live again on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. But until then, y'all smash that like button, sub up, and yeah, more content on the way, man. And I'm officially out this thing. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can